Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Ruud Van Nistelrooy press conference, live updates and team news for Manchester United vs Leicester. Man United interim boss Ruud Van Nistelrooy will speak at a press conference on Friday afternoon at Carrington. Manchester United manager Ruud Van Nistelrooy will take questions from journalists today. Van Nistelrooy took over on an interim basis after Erik ten Hag was sacked and has managed games against Leicester, Chelsea and PAOK, overseeing 2 wins and a draw. The Dutchman's final game as interim boss is against Leicester again, but in the Premier League this weekend, and represents a perfect opportunity to end his spell in charge on a high. Ruben Amorim will officially begin work as United head coach on Monday, and his first game in charge will come against Ipswich Town after the upcoming November international break. Van Nistelrooy will speak at a press conference at Carrington on Friday afternoon, and we'll bring you his every word. Follow below for live updates from the press conference. United give Ahmed update and team news for Leicester. United medical staff are still working to get Ahmed ready for the Premier League visit of Leicester on Sunday. Ahmed scored twice in United's Europa League win over PAOK on Thursday night, but was forced off in the 81st minute. The 22-year-old, who made his first start in 5 weeks, said afterwards he was fine. Luke Shaw has resumed team training after a 3-month layoff with a calf injury, just as Ruben Amorim is about to arrive as the inaugural United head coach. Leny Yoro also started training in midweek after recovering from a metatarsal fracture he sustained in late July. Neither are expected to be involved against Leicester. Kobbie Mainoo will not return from his hamstring injury until after the November internationals. Van Nistelrooy stressed the players' returns are as much a positive for him as they are for Amorim. Van Nistelrooy makes United manager admission. Ruud Van Nistelrooy admits he wants to manage United on a permanent basis in the future ahead of what could be his final match in interim charge. Van Nistelrooy was installed as United's caretaker last week following the sacking of Erik ten Hag, and he has overseen wins over Leicester City and PAOK and a draw with Chelsea. Ruben Amorim'S dream Man United 11 with 4 January signings, including ex-Man City star. Ruben Amorim is seen as one of Europe's most talented coaches, but there's only so much he can do with the current Manchester United squad, and he'll be keen on securing a few additions in January. There's only a few days to wait until Ruben Amorim officially kicks off at Manchester United, and he has plenty of work to do if he is to whip this underachieving side into shape. The 39-year-old coach will get to work at Old Trafford on November 11th, tasked with overhauling the squad and produce top-level performances expected of a team that has sunk to 13th in the Premier League following their worst start to a league season. Amorim is seen as one of Europe's most talented coaches, but there's only so much he can do with a squad that is lacking in a number of areas, despite the club sanctioning a summer spend of more than £200 million. There has already been talk of Amorim going back to Sporting Lisbon and raiding some of his top stars, including Victor Gyökeres, who showed he is one of the most in-demand forwards in world football after scoring a hat-trick. However, Amorim has insisted he will not return to his old team for their star men in January, not least for Gyökeres, saying the Swede will cost at least €100 million. He will be eager to add some defensive reinforcements to his squad, with centre-back an area of concern despite signing Leny Yoro, who is yet to feature for United after getting injured in pre-season, and Matthijs de Ligt. Jarrad Branthwaite might represent a realistic option to add some much-needed depth to Amorim's backline after Sean Dyche admitted Everton could be open to selling the highly rated centre-back as the Toffees gear up for a difficult season battling relegation. They will need as much funds as possible to strengthen their squad. Branthwaite has hardly played this season after struggling with injuries and has been on the bench for the last 2 games, which could lower his value and make it much easier for United to bring him to Old Trafford, having failed with 2 bids for the £70 million rated defender. Given that Amorim plays a back 3, he could slot in alongside de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez. Another defender being linked with United is Bayern Munich left-back Alphonso Davies. The speedy Canadian has been a long-time Red Devils target, and the club is said to be gathering information on him ahead of a future move. European giant chasing Man United defender. Ruud Van Nistelrooy will take charge of Manchester United for the final time on Sunday as the Red Devils host Leicester City. The Dutchman was named as interim head coach following Erik ten Hag's sacking last week, and he has since guided his side to 2 wins and a draw. United cruised to a 2-0 win over Greek side PAOK in the Europa League on Thursday night, with winger Amad Diallo netting a brace. Van Nistelrooy will hope to end his interim spell in charge with another victory against a Leicester side that have struggled so far this season. Incoming head coach Ruben Amorim will have plenty to think about when he takes charge of United over the international break, and it appears that one of the club's players is a target for one of Europe's biggest clubs. As per Court Offside, Italian side AC Milan are interested in United centre-back Victor Lindelof. The Swede has played a bit-part role for United this term, making just 7 appearances across all competitions and failing to start a single Premier League game. Lindelof's contract with United is set to expire at the end of the current campaign, meaning he can sign an agreement with any foreign club before joining them next summer. With that in mind, the report suggests that Milan are considering approaching the 30-year-old defender with a view to signing him as a free agent next summer. The report claims that the Sweden international is unlikely to be offered a new contract by his current employers. Lindelof joined the Red Devils from Portuguese side Benfica in 2017 and has since played 266 times for the club across all competitions. Since then he has won both the FA Cup and Carabao Cup during his time at United, under previous manager Ten Hag. Man City star could quit club as Manchester United face competition over transfer of top striker. A Manchester City star could leave the club in the coming transfer windows. The Premier League will return once again this weekend. Football fans across the country are eagerly awaiting the London derby clash between Chelsea and Arsenal on Saturday, but before then, let's take a look at what is happening around England's top division. A Manchester City player could leave the club if one of his teammates pens a new contract at the Etihad Stadium. Meanwhile, Manchester United are set to face major competition for one of the key transfer targets. Stefan Ortega could quit Manchester City if Ederson signs new deal. Manchester City shot stopper Ederson is thought to be in talks over a new contract with the Sky Blues. Should he sign on the dotted line, it could trigger the departure of backup keeper Stefan Ortega, according to Football Insider. Ortegs is firmly behind Ederson in the pecking order at the Etihad Stadium. At the age of 32, he is not getting any younger, and he wants first-team football. If the Brazilian international signs a new deal, his chances of being City's number one will greatly diminish. As such, the German goalie could leave the Citizens to seek out regular first-team football. It is not set in stone as things stand. Ederson is thought to be in the sights of several clubs in the Saudi Pro League. They cannot open official talks with him yet, as he is under contract with City until the summer of 2026. Despite this, they could still turn his head with a lucrative offer. Ortega joined City in 2022 on a free transfer, after his contract at Arminia Bielefeld expired. Since then, he has made just 12 Premier League appearances. Ederson, meanwhile, made the jump to Manchester in 2017 from Benfica. He has made 260 league appearances since then. Manchester United face hefty competition for transfer for Victor Gyökeres. Manchester United have been heavily linked with a move for Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres in recent weeks. These links have been accentuated following the pending arrival of new head coach Ruben Amorim at Old Trafford. Nevertheless, according to L'Equipe, they will face competition from massive clubs such as Manchester City, Barcelona and Bayern Munich, which could complicate a potential move for the player. He caught the eye of worldwide audiences recently. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.